What's up, folks? While listening to some epic interstellar music, I wanted to just give you a little bit of an update where we're currently at with the product and with the building process. So what we have done is we have the front end is ready. It looks very good. We have used, of course, AI for building the front end to have the best UI UX possible here. And I would say it's already pretty good, very good, neat UI UX, way better than what is out there. Of course, my subjective opinion. But I think I think that's true and valid because I've showed it to a couple friends in the industry who also work with software, and they already all confirmed to me. And the second part is we also set up the Supabase database and the MCP and stuff like that. So that's ready, front end and that. And now the thing is about the most important part, which is the back end, the functionality, the magic, right? The secret sauce. How do we solve the problem? At first, that problem is a little bit technically infeasible. So we also want to see if it's at all technically feasible, because it might be that there is no solution out there for that product or for that problem because it's not feasible. That might be the case, right? I think it's now more feasible because of AI. So that's the one thing that changed. AI came and now it's more feasible. But still, right, there's a couple things that need to be done. It's a very data-heavy product, so it'll be seen if the data out there and combined with AI will make the problem feasible and problem solvable, kind of like. I'm, of course, optimistic, how you should be, right? Optimistic and have a lot of raw horsepower. That's how you start. And now I'm currently using Excalibur, I'll show you in a second, to basically draw out how this problem will be solved, like how the solution will work, to just see where the holes are, which I don't see, the unknowns, questions I have, things I have to research, things I have to go deeper in. And this is what we are using. So we're using Excalibur. The red things are my questions. So it's about this part here. Red things are my questions. These are the edge cases that are possible, or the cases that I've just identified are possible. And then this is kind of like the flow chart of the product. So these are the steps we need. And then you basically got the details of each step here above and below. You see there's a couple of them missing still because I'm not yet finished optimizing. I think I will delete that process and put it into that process. But that's basically how I do it. And that kind of like helps me a lot with, scoping, optimizing, building the product, building the back end. Of course, you should do that, I would say, before you build any product, even if you don't know how to code, especially if you don't know how to code, because then the AI can assist you in how to build that product. Especially when it's such a complex product. It's kind of like a complex product, not a straightforward product. There's a lot of domain expertise inside there as well, not just AI and LLM orchestration and wrappers. And I began doing that by doing basically a little bit of, working with pen and paper to scope that the requirements here. Now putting that here, then putting this org chart, this chart that I've created here in this, whiteboard, I will then put it into a product requirements doc, and then we'll code with that the backend and functionality. And I'm very, very excited. So I'll put myself up today. Today's Wednesday. It's 8 p.m. For doing that, for finishing that, and tomorrow as well. So I've put myself up 2 whole days to basically scope how to build this product, the magic behind it, and then about 2 to 3 days to then actually build it, because I think the building will be even more complex. I mean, scoping that is easier said than done. It's basically a box and a little bit of text and maybe a little bit of, research you have to do there, but then building that will be way more complex, I would say. All right, guys, today's Friday. We are finishing week number 4, nearly finished, still a couple hours ago. As you can see, it's not dark outside. We have 3:30 p.m. Right now. We're deep in the zone, we're deep working. Currently, as I said, we're finishing the product. The product is a little bit... All right, guys, I have some very great news. We have most probably signed our first customer of our software as a service business. Yay. Quick background information. So this guy, we're in contract negotiations with this guy for one module of 14 modules from our previous failed business of the marketplace business. And this guy was interested in one module. It's basically API, data via API. We have a lot of data points, a lot of different databases that we're connected to, multiple hundreds. And he wants to have all of them combined and just a couple of these information points via API. And we offer it to him. I mean, it's a module that we built for our own marketplace. He was very interested in that. We had 4 rounds of negotiation. This was the 5th round today. I had the call with him today, and today we agreed and we closed the deal. So the deal's closed, nothing signed of course yet, but we agreed and we basically finished negotiations, and it's a done deal now that we will now hopefully progress into the next state where we basically prepare the invoices and the contract stuff, send over, he will sign it, and then that's done. He is already using the software, so there's nothing to do on a onboarding side or something like that. It's already using. He's already connected to his system, so the APIs are working. Data is being transferred nearly daily. I mean, he uses the endpoint daily. There's a data transfer happening, dozens of times every day. So the deal will be a one-time payment and a monthly recurring revenue. So we will be having monthly recurring revenue for the first time. Good feeling after having a marketplace where revenues are not predictable. This is the first time we have predictable revenue coming every month and a one-time big payment for all the stuff we did. Nothing big, volume is very small. I mean, this is like a very small package that we sell him to, but it's a first step, first customer, first step towards getting that freedom with a software as a service business, recurring revenue business. Looking forward to that. We have to make it official. So the next steps are to basically get the contract signed. Today is Friday, 4 p.m. Nothing will happen today. People in Germany are on weekend mode already when the day starts Friday. No, but it's too late for getting the contract signed today. So it will happen most probably next week somewhere. We'll update you on that. We'll of course document it anyways. So stay tuned. Subscribe to the channel, of course, if you haven't yet. And for me now, of course, next step is to prepare all that stuff, the documents, the invoices, and stuff like that, and send it over. Then wait for them to sign it. And as I said, onboarding is already done. There's nothing to do. The endpoints are working. He's already using it. So just doing the legal stuff, doing the documentation stuff, the official stuff, and then we're basically done with that. What's up, Lions? What's going on? We have Friday evening, 8 p.m. I'm now going to the gym, working out a little bit. Finishing the week with a couple friends working out. Maybe I'll eat something later. And definitely today I'm looking forward to having a little sauna session, maybe a little infusion in the sauna. Today's progress and this week's progress was not that good, to be honest. Like I didn't do that much of a progress this week. I also had a lot of meetings, a lot of calls, a lot of people that I talked to this week. I'll definitely do a little bit of work on weekends to catch up with the product work. I wanted to actually finish the product since a couple of days ago. Nada of that. As always, I have oversimplified the product, or let's call it, I have underestimated how much I have to do for that.